Good, thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome. We'll call to order this special meeting of the Lawrence County Retirement Board, today being Thursday, May 8th of 2025. Note for the record that this meeting is being live streamed and recorded. Is Sarah on, do you know?
Hi, are you there, Sarah?
I am here.
Oh, good, good. Thank you, Sarah. It's good to have you. For the benefit of the public, Sarah Wilson is our advisor for our various investments, and she's joining us by way of computer this morning. We would ask if you have a cell phone, if you'd be kind enough to put it on silent or vibrate. We'd appreciate your doing that. I also want to note this meeting has been advertised in accordance with the Sunshine Law. There was a legal ad in the paper announcing this meeting. Also, if Debbie Wachter from the Newcastle News is watching, Debbie will have your packet upstairs for you if you'd like to pick it up. We always begin with the Pledge of Allegiance, and then if you could remain standing for a moment of silence. Mr. Rapone, could you lead us in the pledge, please?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. If you please stand, we'll have a moment of silence. Thank you, everybody. Brian, could you call the roll, please?
Controller Prestipine?
Here.
Treasurer Coe?
Present.
Commissioner Kennedy?
Here.
Commissioner Vogler?
Here. We do have a quorum. I'll note that Pennsylvania law stipulates that in non-home rule counties, the retirement board consists of the 3 commissioners, the elected treasurer, and the elected controller. It's a 5-member board. In order for us to secure a quorum, it takes 3, and obviously we have 4. Commissioner Sanada's out of town today. That's why he's not able to join us. I'll note that we'll have public comment in just a moment, and then before we adjourn, if you do have public comment, we ask that it be related to retirement board matters. And before I open it up for public comment, I'll see if my fellow board members have any statements they would wish to make at the beginning. Mr. Kennedy? No, sir. Mr. Prestipine?
Nope.
And Mr. Rapone? Okay, thank you so much. That'll take us to public comment. We have one individual in our audience. Sir, Mr. Burek, any comments at this time? Okay, thank you. Appreciate you joining us today. In our packet are the minutes from the last time we met, which was Tuesday, November 12th of 2024. I'll give my colleagues time to look them over, and then whenever one of you might be ready, I could entertain a motion for us to Ryan, did we this? I think we did.
Yes, we did. Let me go try and find it.
Yeah,
It was,
Okay, that's my fault.
March. I got that March.
okay, I'm gonna look here also. You think it was in March?
It was right before CCAP.
It was February. That's my fault.
Oh,
I
February
apologize.
8, yeah, February 18. Would we have adopted these minutes, the November 12 minutes? I'm assuming we adopted them on the 18th.
I'm assuming so.
Tell you what, we'll put a hold on this, because we have an upcoming meeting in early June, if I recall correctly. Yeah, on the 3rd. This board will be
Yes.
meeting on June 3 for our regular quarterly meeting. So let's just, unless there are any objections, we'll forego any action on minutes at this time, and that'll give Ryan time to check into which ones we've approved and which ones we haven't. How's that sound? Okay, thank you all very much. So we'll forego minutes at this time. We had to convene this meeting to discuss matters involving actuarial services that are provided to our board. And at this time, I'd like to turn the meeting over to Sarah Wilson. Actually, she may have other information over and above what we're meeting about. I will note that in terms of any formal action today, based on the way in which the legal ad was phrased, the only formal action we're able to take today would involve the actuarial services. But Sarah, do you have anything over and above that at this time you'd like to report to us?
I really don't. I think that, the actuarial needs to have a decision today so you can move forward and get your report done.
Okay, thank you. And again, we're going to be meeting in less than 4 weeks,
We are.
at which time you'll give your regular fiscal update, I would imagine.
I can tell you though, when looking at performance through April, it's preliminary, you're actually for the year, right now through the end of April, are in positive territory with performance. So, even with all the volatility that's happened over the last couple of months, we're still in, have a positive return year to date through April.
I appreciate you sharing that with us, and I assume that brings some comfort to my fellow board members. I'm glad to hear that. I would have guessed maybe otherwise, but so that's good. Thank you for telling us that. Well, what I'd like to do, I'll note that of the 5 of us, Controller Prestipine also serves as the secretary of the board of the retirement board. And that's stipulated again in state law, the county controller be the secretary. So on a day in and day out basis, he probably focuses more on matters involving the retirement board than the rest of us do. Not that we're not interested and involved and concerned, but for a lot of the paperwork and detail work, it does rest on Mr. Prestipine's shoulders. Both he and Ms. Wilson have wished to bring to our attention. And I should also note for the record that we did have an executive session back on May 2 when this matter first came to our attention, and the solicitor advised us that given the immediate need for us to have some conversation about this, but not to make any decisions, that a discussion with Sarah was necessary. And that discussion did occur, but today leads us to continued discussion with more detail and ultimately a decision most likely. So with all that background, between Sarah and Dave, I'm not sure who of you wishes to speak first. David, I'll turn it over to you. Thank you so much.
Basically, there was recent our current contract is with Korn Ferry to serve as our actuaries. There's been some recent turnover with that company that has caused issues here at the county due to lack of communication, quite frankly, lack of services. I mean, we have an actuarial report that needs to be completed by them every year that we normally have by now. We have auditors coming in here, our external auditors, audit our financial statements should be here in probably 2 to 3 weeks. They need that report to complete their audit. There's been a lack of communication as to when it's still happening, when it's coming, due to some issues that they've had with their company. So we're looking right now to terminate the contract with Korn Ferry and move on to another company who's willing to give us the services that we need at this time.
Sarah, do you have more to add to what Mr. Prestipine just offered?
Now, there's, you have to get your actuarial report done, and I think that the company, Foster & Foster, that you're looking at is a national company. They have offices in Allentown. They do work with other counties, so for the sake of that and the timing, I think that it would, it makes sense to move there. And then we'll see how they do. And at any time after this is all completed and the board, would like me, I'm happy to do an RFP for that service, or you may be fine. But I think in the light of timing, this is a very good choice so that you can get your report completed.
Thank you, and please, anyone correct me if I make a misstatement here, but since this is considered a professional service, we're not required by law to have a sealed bid process in choosing this important service that's provided to us. I guess I have a quick question for Mr. Prestipine. To your recollection or to your knowledge, in terms of the existing contract that we have, I'm sure you've looked at it in detail. Do you happen to know did Mr. Medor have any opportunity to review it? Do you know?
Yes, I sent it to him last week. I spoke with him yesterday and he said he was okay with it.
Great. I appreciate
I
it.
sent him the new one actually.
Super. I appreciate that so much. Mr. Kennedy, I'll turn it over to you for any questions or comments.
None.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Rapone? Well, Dave and Sarah, unless you wish to add more, let me move on then to the two proposed resolutions so that we can get them moved and have further discussion if necessary. The first one, what would our number be on this one, Ryan?
Number 1.
Oh, first one of the year. Okay. I'll read this into the record. It's quite brief. It's a retirement board resolution number 2025-1. Whereas Lawrence County currently has a contract with Korn Ferry for actuarial services in regards to the Lawrence County Employees Retirement Fund. And whereas the retirement board wishes to terminate the contract with Korn Ferry, therefore be it resolved by the Lawrence County Retirement Board that the Lawrence County Retirement Board terminates the contract for actuarial services with Korn Ferry effective upon notification and compliance with the current contract. This is our first proposal. Would one of you care to make a motion for it?
I'll make a motion.
Thank you, David. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Rich. Comments, questions, discussion? Gentlemen, or Sarah, I know you don't have a vote, but if you wish to offer anything, we're open to hearing it.
I'm good, thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. Any other concerns or comments from members of the board? Hearing none, thank you all. This is resolution 1. It's been moved and seconded. Could we please have a roll call?
Controller Prestipine.
Yes.
Treasurer Rapone.
Yes.
Commissioner Kennedy.
Yes.
Commissioner Vogler.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you, Ryan. That takes us to proposed resolution number 2. Again, it's brief, so I'll read it into the record. Whereas the Lawrence County Retirement Board is in the market to hire a new vendor for actuarial services in regard to the Lawrence County Employees Retirement Fund, therefore be it resolved by the County Retirement Board that Lawrence County enter into a contract with Foster & Foster to provide actuarial services for the retirement fund effective upon submission of all applicable paperwork. Would one of you care to make a motion for this resolution?
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
Thank you, Dave, and thank you, Dan. Comments, questions, or concerns?
I just want
Yes,
to
sir.
point out that Foster & Foster has agreed, I believe for the first 12 months, to charge us the same rate that Korn Ferry was charging us. It isn't costing us any more money, and that gives us time during those 12 months to decide. First of all, we can get our report on time, but during those 12 months, we can decide if we want to stay with them, or like Sarah said, we want to move forward with the RFP or whatever from that. But for the first 12 months, it's not costing us any more than we were paying Korn Ferry.
That's helpful to know. Thank you for sharing that, Dave. Other concerns or questions from members of the board? Sarah, anything you wish to offer on this proposed resolution?
No, I do not.
Okay, thank you. I think we need to give an assurance to the members of both the retarees and the active employees who are obviously very interested with, concerned with their pension, that as we've alluded to, the pension fund is sound. What we're simply doing here is moving on to a different actuarial service. This is not going to have an impact on the fund, and as you just pointed out, even on terms of the expenses involved. We anticipated X amount of dollars for this service, and that dollar figure won't be changing. So Sarah, I assume I'm correct that the actions we're taking today are not conceived or should be conceived as being anything in terms of negative towards the fund itself. Is that a fair statement to make?
Yes, absolutely. It's a service that is provided to the fund, that we need every year. So no, nothing negative impact at all.
I appreciate that. I think we need to reassure our members of that fact. Just for the benefit of anybody who might be listening or watching or would like to know, Dave or Sarah, can you just give a 2 or 3 sentence description of what an actuary does?
Well, they basically look at our fund, the money that's in it, they have assumptions that's involved, they have other factors that are involved. They do tell us every year in the report, which is probably the most important thing to get out of the report, is the actuarial determined contribution, which is the amount that the county has to pay towards the retirement fund every year, which is probably the biggest part we get out of that report. So we know as a county how much we have to contribute to the fund to keep it funded.
I appreciate you sharing that. And again, there is this immediate need for us to do what we're doing here today because of the reports and the auditors that are coming in.
Plus, we have to make that payment, and we don't know what it is yet.
Exactly. So I'm assuming there is a comfort level amongst the members of the board on this. Mr. Kennedy, any other questions or concerns? Mr. Rapone? Okay, thank you. It's been moved and seconded for approval of resolution 2. Could we please have a roll call?
Controller Prestipine,
Yes.
Treasurer Pone,
Yes.
Commissioner Kennedy,
Yes.
Commissioner Vogler.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you, Ryan. That takes care of the new business matters and moves us down to public comments. And we still have one individual from the public in the audience. Brian, any comments you would wish to make?
Just a question, just out of curiosity, as a former member of the retirement board and a current county employee who's paying into the fund, I'm just curious, when I was on the board previously, there was an actuarial assumption that we would earn approximately 7% a year. Is that still the current, what's the current?
6.75.
6.75%. Just curious what that figure was nowadays. Thank you.
Appreciate your asking it, and I appreciate Mr. Prestipine answering your question.
Still in the same ballpark.
Thank you, Brian. Before we adjourn, Sarah, do you have anything else you would wish to offer this morning?
No, I'm good, and I'm looking forward to seeing everybody with the first quarter report at the next meeting.
Well, we look forward, as always, to seeing you, and we thank you so much for your guidance over the last week or so. And your help has been most appreciated. So thank you, Sarah.
You're welcome.
Closing comments, if you have any. Mr. Rapone?
I echo your sentiments to Sarah and David. Thank you both.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Kennedy? any
No, just
closing?
thank you to David and Sarah. Appreciate what you do.
Thank you. And Mr. Prestipine?
No, I'm good.
And I'll echo what everyone else said. Thank you and Sarah for staying on top of this. We should thank our solicitor, Mr. Medora, for his consultation and his advice. We obviously want to do this in accordance with the law, and it's important that we always do that. There being no other business, assuming there is no other business to be brought before the board, may I please have an adjournment motion?
I'll motion to adjourn.
Second.
Thank you. It's been moved and seconded. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye, opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Meeting is adjourned. Thank you all. And I think we can, thanks, Sarah. Take care.
Okay, take care, see you soon, bye-bye.
Bye, Sarah. We're still being live streamed. Usually, do you know how to turn it off? Obviously, I don't. Usually Joe Vanasco does that for us. And here's how we know, Rich, when that